Let's get it on, baby. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's Monday, right? Like Monday's supposed to be like, yeah.
And she like Henny and crystals, a little weed here and there. Her skin shine like the disco, get tangled up in her hair. Yeah, she like Henny and crystals, a little weed here and there. Her skin shine like the disco, get tangled up in her hair. I can see me with this guy for life. What's your name? What's your sign? What's your moon, your sun, your rise? What's your lies? What's your truth? What's that tattoo on your thigh? What's your occupation? You get off at 9. How about I scoop you up by 10?
Crystal meth.
Tell me nothing. Let me tell you.
Well, yeah, these days you got to be careful.
Absolutely
That,
not.
that might be the crystal that we're talking about.
Yeah, you niggas out to fuck with.
Or it could be some girl named Crystal. You got to be careful about that too.
I mean, if you like Kenny and Crystal, if that's what you guys have agreed to, then you might have won.
You might have won. Or
Yeah.
if you in the South, because this is Demani, so here in Georgia, if you're talking about crystals, the burger joint, you could be talking about a little bit of that. There's so many different options for
Hey
crystals.
man, that is a product. That is a pussy pump. That is a pussy pumper production, man. I don't know what that boy into. Actually, that Crystal might be a person, man.
Hey, it might be. Who knows? Who knows? But
Wow.
I mean, hey, I'm not mad at it. I'm
I
not
don't
mad
care.
at
I
it.
think in my mind, actually, I was gonna say something else. So fucking, I'm gonna lean into it. I feel like that line is like if I had a list of things that make me built for fatherhood. If I could call myself Pussy Pumper for years, I would call all my kids Pussy Pumper Productions. Like
Yeah.
that's exactly what you niggas are, Pussy Pumper Productions.
Right. Ask your mammy.
Yep.
Ask your mammy. She right there. Go ahead and look at him. Say something.
That's
The
how you
kids
got it.
know.
Yeah, yo, that's way better than that's how you got here. Oh yeah, I would make T-shirts and shit like my PPP.
I mean, you got albums, you got songs that are hit songs that's telling you about the nasty shit I done did. Look at your mama to sing. Listen to the song and then look at your mama to sing.
Let me see you get loose. That's one, man. Y'all wasn't outside.
That was my shit at the time. That was my shit. Definitely got the mood going. Now, see, two generations. We have lived through two generations of setting the mood. Different kind of mood, because today is Monday. Welcome to Just a Dope Ass Podcast. Hopefully, you've had a wonderful day starting off so far. You came here to get your week started off right. We set a little vibe for you. Now you get to listen to us talk expeditiously for a whole hour. Why? Because you love us. If you're watching live, we appreciate you. Like, share, subscribe, hit that thumbs up at the bottom. Click the little red thing they say subscribe on it somewhere on the
Do
goddamn
all the
screen.
things, all the
And you
buttons.
do all the things.
Hit them home.
Participate. If you're watching live, you can talk in the chat. Let us know where you're from, where you are, where you're listening from. If you're listening on the Good News Radio app, I mean, you can jump in the app on there and chat or whatever the case is. I'm not going to check it just because you don't want to watch live because you want to be a dickhead. But I'm going to check it. I'm just messing with y'all. We love all of the people that pop in from whatever mode of entertainment you decide to utilize. But thank you for spending your evening here with me, King Carter, aka Dark Gable, and the Texas Roadhouse himself.
You see me swinging.
I've tried to find that to play it as an intro before, and I couldn't find it. I was upset. I don't know why I couldn't, find it, but I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, I know like the easy one is to do like the Stally sample.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean that's as close as you can get, but I want to find the actual like H Town version. Like I want to let me put that in there.
and I forgot, like I was, you just kind of soak up the vibes. I forgot, like Charlie Boy had like 48,000 mixtapes.
Absolutely.
Like I was just like searching through shit. I was like, oh, I used to listen to this. Damn, I used to listen to this. I was like, what the fuck do I find? YouTube. I can't even find it.
Giving
He got a
all
lot of shit. He got a lot of shit. Like I feel like he's, like most of the niggas down here, low key, like just are like silent millionaires because he has a lot of shit that's up on iTunes and shit. I'm like, damn, I wonder how much of this shit this nigga like get a real piece of.
right.
Fucking sitting somewhere happy as shit.
And don't become like a local favorite. Like if you a local favorite, it's gonna run the streams though, because everything is getting paid by streams. So you don't have to be a sensation across the nation. I
Where's it
can be
gonna
a
go,
local.
man? If I could eat in my backyard, all you gotta do is eat in your backyard.
That's all.
It's nice to eat in other yards, but if you can hold down your backyard, you think you won.
That's all, and you getting, especially if you've negotiated to where you are getting a large piece of the pie. Kind of like what we talked about on our last episode with Trip Man, like him saying he gets a good percentage of all his shit. Like if you able to negotiate them kind of deals and you hitting millions of streams, even if you like say Damani, I think Damani shit may average like maybe 300, maybe 300,000, which is fantastic,
Yeah.
especially if you haven't blown yet and you already got that kind of support and you averaging that on projects, you good.
Yeah, especially I don't know, like especially like when you look at the game, like I'm sure a debut album is on the way at some point, but that shit is why like OT like just I don't really have to drop an album yet. Like I know these streams I'm gonna eat off forever. Like this song, like you look at all the hits he's dropped now, but I'm in love with the Coco is probably paying a lot of shit still.
Absolutely.
Like baking soda is still baking the fuck out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And funny enough, the debut album can be like Nate Dogg status, where it's just like, I'm putting out the songs that I've already been on, that I featured on. I may give you 5 brand new ones, and the rest of these are going to be shit you already heard, and it's a compilation album.
Yep.
So I'm double eating off this because I'm just re-releasing some shit. Or I just took the original song and I tweaked it by throwing somebody else on there.
That's a fucking bar, honestly. Like, not a music nigga, but I respect the shit. The game is the game.
The game is the game. OG, if you use my shit, make sure you send me like a little credit at the bottom of your least recorded song. I ain't greedy. Like it could be the least streamed song. You can throw me on there, just as a A&R of some sort. I'll take it. But
yeah.
Appreciate the Malcolm shirt. We both decided to come a little black today.
I realize like all of the things that like that I like all the shirts that I have that are like black as fuck, I packed. And the funny thing is like most of these shirts that I've worn the past couple of shows are like birthday gifts from my mom. And my mom is like that good skill of like once she figures out what your taste is, you like never have to go back and ask her anything. She'll just I know I don't like that shit, but I know you'd wear that shit. And it's just like I didn't really look through my shit like going through my birthday and stuff. Like I just kind of had it and I was like, okay, I'm wear this shit whenever. And I just was like packing fast and I was like, oh shit, I hadn't, didn't have no shit, just threw my own. And I was like, it's black as fuck. And I've been going to like just everywhere. And it's like, hey, you see what you yes, it says blackity black at the bottom of this shirt.
Actually. Absolutely.
Thank you. Yes.
Oh, she gonna rob us. We have intruders.
Oh shit.
Got light skinned people popping up in here like they own the place.
Did Chris Brown pop up?
Huh? Hi, madam. How are you? I'm good. You're doing quite splendid.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make this.
Oh shit, it's OVO Mo, nigga.
Sorry, I came in not expecting to make any noise whatsoever. You just thought you was just gonna creep in real quietly, and I just was not gonna acknowledge you at all.
Money gotta get on the mic so I can make fun of her real quick.
Go ahead. It's up. You can hear her if she talk. I just had the volume down.
Yeah, she got it. Don't get that link, man. So Moni saw the post. Moni saw a post that said, "Niggas, fuck them." I'm pulling up. Where are we sitting on niggas at?
What's gonna be about?
My favorite topic.
Wow. Okay. Hey, I'm here then.
You in there? Tell the people who you are.
My name is Moni, and I'm one half of Never Not Extra, live on Tuesday nights. I
don't know the words.
She is the mystery.
Know the screams.
Screams. What kind of screams we got? What?
You talking about Cyndi Lauper?
Oh, damn! You know how many times I've said Cyndi Lauper as a joke over the years and had no idea who the fuck that was? That's crazy. Like I've said a lot of Cyndi Lauper jokes just because I know the name. Sheesh. Well, thanks, Cindy.
Thanks, appreciate it.
You're alive, right?
What brings you to us today, madam? What do we owe the pleasure? Because we got some stuff that we can dive into, but I want to know what
Wow.
what piqued your interest to the point you was like, what y'all doing? Can I come? I needs to be here right now. What y'all got going on?
Well, I really did not intend to get on the mic, but
Oh, uh-huh.
I don't know what y'all talking about. I just be bored at the house. So that's really what it is.
I need
like-
friends.
I was like, oh, I'm getting tacos. Let me slide by the studio if they say it's okay.
I respect
Wait,
that.
wait. No. Before you even try to be nice about it and be our respect, nah. Because I paid attention to that thought process. I'm getting tacos. Let me hit them up. Where's the tacos?
Ooh.
El Barrio. Oh, I didn't bring any.
Nigga.
I didn't think about that.
I know. That's what I was highlighting. Ain't think about what y'all doing. Y'all niggas ain't hungry. I'm just gonna go ahead and just, you could have just showed TJ a picture of the taco. He could have smelt it from a distance.
Oh,
I took a picture because
yeah, eat tacos in spirit. Nigga.
Right. We didn't get no spirit tacos, no nothing. No spirit bomb status. It's
dang,
okay.
I'm sorry.
It's
bro.
okay. Nah,
That
you
was
ain't.
not nice.
Man, a
It's-
spirit bomb tacos. Man.
That's the thing. We could do that. Create a anime restaurant. I saw that when I was in Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
A few years back, I visited Alaska. They had a like a ramen place that was kind of, I want to say, was it I think it was like a Naruto ramen place.
That seems so like maybe, it's like too easy, but in my mind I'm like, that just seems like such a go-to, especially for like Americans are gimmicky as fuck. Like we'll do
Most definitely, but it's in Alaska. That was the rate. That was the randomness about it. It's like in Alaska, really, in Anchorage. Now, granted, I don't mean to say that like Anchorage ain't got ramen, but I wouldn't expect an anime
I'm definitely not
ramen
thinking
place.
Anchorage when I think like ramen. I don't
Yeah,
really like associate with
Yeah.
Anchorage as far as like
that's the last thing. Like Hawaiian food, yes, because there are a decent amount of natives and Polynesians that are there in Alaska, but I wasn't thinking ramen at all. Dope though. Alaska's a beautiful place. But going back to our topic, madam, since you asked what we are talking about today, there's so many different things. The title of today's episode is What's the Price of Change? And I ask that because as things change, there's a cost to it, right? Whether it's you're talking about actual change in the world, changing yourself, changing dynamics, changing relationships, or physical, monetary, material change. Everything has a certain cost. What comes with that cost? So for you, on a personal level, what has your change cost you?
It might be like a temporary loss, but like peace.
hey, the cost.
Was you gonna stop there, or was you gonna elaborate? You wanted me to ask you?
I'll elaborate. Cost and peace. Not when you're at the destination of the change, but when you're in like the transition,
Okay.
it costs peace.
Okay.
What change are we talking? Like, let's get more specific.
I gave you the platform to talk about your change, and you gonna say, "Well, let's get specific." You tell me. This is your time to tell the people out there about your change and what it has cost you. So you said peace. Are we talking about physical proximity peace? Have you lost some space? Have you lost peace within yourself? Have you lost the ability to participate in things that bring you peace? Like, what do you mean in as far as peace is concerned specifically?
Peace that comes from like the comfort of the comfort zone. You get what I mean?
Okay, so
I guess I should say it costs comfort.
okay, so like whatever the dynamic is that you're referring to, it is not as comfortable as it once was.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's disturbed.
Yeah.
There's a disturbance going on.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
The
Go ahead.
synergy like a motherfucker. Because the topic is good. Because that's what promoted me to like you're saying, cost of change at the cost of, I would say things to me, certain changes that move positive. So backstory, everybody, we are trying, don't hold us to this because I'm not gonna do it no more. We're trying to like, be active on the Clubhouse shit because we're all talkers and this is a talk space. It makes fucking sense. So I tried for like the past couple of days. I just been going to little rooms and listening. And all these fucking the relationship shit is just a thing everywhere, and I'm not trying to escape it, but also I got to start looking at fucking ponies and puppies and shit because I hate you niggas. So, anyways, in a room, and it was one of these rooms, and it was the title itself. I should have left, but the title was like, "Can independent women make good wives?" And I was like, all right, because yes, it should be a lot of uplifting and a lot of like, maybe some little misunderstandings, but this should probably get to, nigga, I was in this shit for 45 minutes, like waiting for anybody. Like it was jump starts to points, mad contradictions. And the people that I was, you go in here and think it's gonna be like hate man, woman hater club. And them be like, these women, nah, man, it was niggas. Like I hate niggas. Like it was all niggas. Like niggas, every nigga that opened their fucking mouth was a complete piece of shit. Like all you niggas are dumb. It was like it was the conversations of a pastor, and he literally spoke in pastor talk. An independent woman is not good for marriage, but what is good is a virtuous woman. And I was like, thank you, Captain Dictionary. Like that didn't make any fucking sense. Niggas was saying it was arguments along the lines of like, it was niggas picking and choosing when some of these archaic fucking gender roles mattered. And it was like, you can have the conversation that, okay, independent women, instead of niggas going, our fear of independent women is that they would make more money, and now our positions are not, recognized in a relationship. If I don't have money, then I don't have any status. And it's like, cool, you could have the whole conversation to adjust that. Niggas was like, women, because they have money, aren't better than men, but also my woman can't make no more money than me. And I need her to nurture me, but also as a provider. And I was just like, if this is the niggas that women is talking to, then I don't give y'all a pass because y'all is dickheads too. But I understand, because what the fuck are you niggas talking about? Niggas was dead ass like, my woman making more money than me is now a problem because she definitely will not respect me as a man. Then you should find another woman, my nigga. Like, because you should find somebody who understands that providing means like, nigga, I provide a whole different perspective. You thought of things your whole life going right. I show up and say maybe go left. Fuck, man, we on some whole different path shit. I am providing, but these niggas said money. Like niggas made arguments about being worth more than money, only to flip it. And it's like selective gender roles. I want her to bake my cake and shit, but also respect me as a man, but also don't challenge me, because my woman's role is not to be my partner, but to be my fucking handmaiden. And I sincerely, like, when the rapture comes, I will push you niggas in the fire. Like I would.
Women in this room?
Yeah, women can slight arguments, but their shit was still. It was a bunch of, to sound unnecessarily mental health guy. It was just this one big circle. No, there we go. I'm gonna fuck it up. There we go. I'm a regular dude, people. It was one big fucking orgy of trauma. Like, niggas have treated me bad, so I will never let a nigga like have a one up under me. I'm a woman, and as a woman in the position of power, I demand respect, nigga. And then it was niggas like, that's the type of shit that lets me know that you're not a good woman, because if you won't demand, you're not gonna respect me as a man. I'm like, none of y'all are really saying the words you need to say. Like, niggas love throwing around, so my woman need to submit. And honestly, I'm gonna let y'all know here from me, TJ, that shit's a stupid fucking word. I don't want my wife to submit to me. I don't want, it doesn't make any sense, because I would get a dog. I would get if I want something to literally go do what I say, then yeah, I would go get a mail order bride. She would like, lick my balls, woman, and that's her only fucking job. Like, ma'am, I'm not always right. Your job is to respect me. If you go, hey, you know what, baby, you're really good at fucking strategizing and technology, but you know what you really don't know, nigga? You don't know, I don't know, mapping or whatever the fuck we need to do in our life, or investing. I'm shitty at investing. And she goes, I should probably take the lead on this because I'm really great at investing. My black ass can go, you know what, nigga? Invest the fuck out. Here's the money, invest it. Great. I hate you niggas so much.
So you literally got to sit in for a conversation where Negroes were afraid of change, not just actual physical change as far as a paycheck is concerned, but afraid of change when it comes to roles or the lack thereof, or whatever the case is. The change from traditional to more modern, or just change in general. I just want shit to change and be the way that I want it to be, and you don't fit that, so you do not meet the criteria of what the fuck we talking about.
Oh, sorry. This is my last part talking about like.
Oh, get him, get him.
The motherfuckers talked about a nigga hurt, like, and this is where I could talk about motherfuckers like, you know the problem and you're actively doing a lot of mental gymnastics to get in front of it. A dude had started up, he was getting, like me, he was being way too wordy. I'll give him that, team. But he was setting up the fucking process of our relationships. You have to go back. You need to set up, like, same thing when you talk about, I don't know, black issues or racism in this country. You need to go back to understand the foundations of these stupid ass ideals. Mans is doing that, bro. You could hear this nigga go, hey, hey, hey. Like, he immediately jumped in the group to say, hey, don't talk that. Only talk about the issues of right now. So you don't have to undo the fact that, nigga, you're trying to be a pop so you can have a reason to say, as a man, a king, my dominion is of this household in my kingdom. I can never say king again. I can't say that ever again in the house. Because he was like, a king has his dominion and you don't have your fucking, once confirming my point, he said you don't have your subjects pay for the kingdom. And I was like, well, your wife is not your subject. She's your wife, that doesn't make any sense. Like, and he had like, these niggas are going in, you want a pet. It's the same shit we talk about with niggas like, I got the bag. You don't want a partner, you want a pet. You want somebody who cannot challenge you or make you better. And on the flip side, you women, not you women, like, but you would actually wait, money's on one of y'all. You fucking weird women out there, y'all want niggas who are benefactors, and it's like, I don't want to do anything. And then when you say, all right, bitch, well, like, shut up talking to me, you got to shut up talking to him because y'all not the same. You have sex with him. That's all you really do.
That's it. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's my role. That's my role for this situation. I'm just supposed to do that.
I'm always have $40. That doesn't make any sense. I always have $40. I've never not had $40.
Never not had $40.
That's a collaborative shirt we should make. Like, I've never not had $40.
Yeah.
Some sex. Like,
we take the lollipop off the lips and we can put like 2 20s right there instead of the lollipop, and that could work. I never not had $40. But since you jumped into this clusterfuck of trauma on Clubhouse, and I noticed, like, as we've talked about it over this year of Clubhouse kind of having its Dogecoin moment of being super high and then falling off drastically, and now it's trying to have a resurgence. What would you change when it comes to Clubhouse, the app, or the conversations that happen? Because there's a lot of content, kind of like the podcast space. There's a ton of content out there, but it's not all quality. There's not always great conversations that are being had. It's just trauma-based conversation. What would you change?
I mean, you have to. I mean, I'll give it that. You pick the rooms you jump in, and a lot of shit like that. But there has to be, some of these conversations have to be just solution based. You can say all the shit you want, but nobody is in there for a purpose of, we're talking about relationships. At the end of this conversation, we want relationships to be better. We're talking about, the only spaces I really hear that is maybe like money. We're talking about money. Everybody leaves out of this motherfucker with more knowledge of how to, do stocks, how to do bonds, how to invest. But with these relationship topics or topics that have to do with anything social, it's just mudslinging across the board. And it's like, well, if that's what you came to do, then I guess cool. Because to me personally, it would be like, there are people that should be in this thing solely to moderate. Literally, like, you talk, and the idea, there needs to be just structure to the conversations, if that's what the conversations are for. If y'all going in and the whole vibe is, I just want to see some messy shit, then they're doing just fine. But it's
not a learning environment.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, if this is the I'm hurt room, then at least say that. If this is the room for, all right, I want to leave with some better knowledge or understanding of relationships or whatever the fuck is going on, then yeah. Because some nigga, I even heard something, I don't know, man. Once the pastor nigga got up there, I ain't gonna lie, he started really, I'm a pastor, so I talk dramatically. I was like, go to fucking hell, bro.
Knock it off. Pastor Peas. Pastor P's, knock it off, sir.
Yeah,
Please.
it's a lot of shit. Like people are in there talking pro black shit, but you're arguing from a super duper Southern Christian perspective, and it's like, all right, man, you have to be able to have, you got to be able to have a wider perspective. You shouldn't be. I think that would be a thing. You shouldn't be able to minimize perspectives or not take into account if somebody got like the facts on some shit. Like niggas was up there saying relationship values, blah 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 blah. And if your relationship stems from your pop who stems from slavery, who stems from, all this and shit, then you should maybe have to adjust your shit. If you're talking about niggas from a space of blah blah blah, then maybe learn something first. Like if this is where you at, cool. But if y'all not, I don't know, if it's not a progressive conversation, I don't understand. Like
that's just in general, like not even just for the whatever the fuck that shit, clubhouse shit, but just in general. If your conversation isn't solution oriented, if it's not functional conversation that's for the betterment of everybody, why the fuck are you having it in the first place? For those of you that are listening, whether you in the chat, whether you in the app or whatever, put it in the comment section what you would change about Clubhouse. And also let us know if we should start our own Clubhouse to show you motherfuckers how it's supposed to be done when it comes to having functional conversations, because it gets tempting. I can see, like, I have seen the steam coming off of TJ's head just on how dumb the conversation is. And we talk every week, somehow, some way, letting people know the importance of functional communication, how beneficial it is. And something about Clubhouse, y'all been missing the mark the whole time.
Well, that be the thing, because it's like it ain't saying like nobody is fucking welcome to my TED talk, but it's like I'm like if I jump in this conversation, it's like the perspective that I'm trying to put out is not going to be hit. I have to spend another fucking 20 minutes explaining where the fuck this makes sense from. Otherwise, if I came in there, hey man, submission is wrong. Your wife shouldn't submit to you. She should be, nigga, shut the fuck. Wait a minute. Is that a bad, what? What the fuck do you mean?
Even if that's your reaction, let's explore why you think that is, as opposed to just vomiting this shit through the phone. Like, let's have an actual conversation. I think that's kind of what the importance of the moderators said. But even the moderators are just as messy as the people sometimes. Hey, okay, look. Nigga, we're in Clubhouse. Nobody can see shit. Just talk.
I'm gonna be vulnerable and I'm gonna tell you like this.
Tell it what it is.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Tell it like it is.
It's also what you're saying was also a reason why I'm like, I gotta be very picky, because I think I'm a very nice, happy-go-lucky nigga, but there's still who the fuck is you talking to on this goddamn phone? Like, what y'all, like, they was doing a lot of, like, first of all, and I was like, a nigga in fucking New Hampshire is not finna fucking, get a plane ticket. Like, what the fuck? That's what they got on. Like, the niggas just being, everybody be getting real, but that's stupid. I was like, nobody would have this conversation with anybody.
But that's how people are acting in their in-person conversations. These are how people are talking when it comes to their relationships, and then they wonder why shit doesn't work out, because people don't know how to communicate. Somebody says something and you
niggas out his front window. Like you niggas got to talk nicely. Like I don't have it in me.
If you come talk on the show, that might be the safest that you'll be if you say some off the wall shit and not get thrown to a table. But outside of these walls here, unless you catch me in a therapy session, it's going, hey.
Because that'd be my thing. It's not even about opposing opinions. It's like people go straight to like disrespect. And I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? Like you could sit up here and go like, Republicans are great, America, MAGA all day, but it goes crazy when you go, goofy black motherfucker. Okay, well now we just like at first I just thought you was dumb. Now I gotta I gotta maul you, my nigga. Like
now I'm looking at your profile to see what your IG is, because I know you put it up there, and now I gotta find you. Hey, nigga, hey, your location is tagged in these pictures. I can find you.
What if I just got nothing but time for the next fucking month? Like, what's wrong with y'all?
I just show up. Like everybody's working remotely damn near. Hell, we doing the podcast remotely to a degree. If I just decided to like, hey, he talking shit because it says LA in his bio. You don't know that I'm in Houston. Hey, you in Houston too. Go figure. What's that shit you was talking? What's that shit you was saying?
This weird aversion to change is not cool. And like people don't like pay attention to the fact, which is go to therapy, is like what you're holding on to is some of them are just trauma responses. A lot of them are bad. This is no diss to your mother, your father, like these are bad lessons you were taught. This is how life goes. No, man, this is how you had to survive in 84. This is how you had to survive in 61. That's not a good way to live. That's a way you had to because you lacked resources. All these resources, all this understanding now, they got books on this shit, son. Like there's no reason for you to be out here maneuvering the same way, and never ever once did you go, like motherfuckers take the pieces for them, and it's like, no, stretch that thought. Because it was women in there like, I need to go to work because my granny or whatever, some of the shit we say, which was great to me. I was like, these women just dope. Like, I have to go to work because my granny like lived her whole life licking and lapping after my grandfather who treated her poorly. Like she didn't have anywhere to go. And then the next step they would stop. And I was like, no, ma'am, the next step is as a contributor, you do your part. And it's not saying the motherfuckers get caught up in this 50-50 shit. Because I've seen this G Herb around again, and nobody pays attention to the back of that conversation where he was like, I don't pay for nothing. She don't pay for nothing. And at the end of that, they cut that scene. I went and watched that fucking episode. They cut that scene right when he goes, because if she pay for it, then she got to say. Everybody skipped that part. Like he says, if she pays for it, then they got to say, and then they get to be going half on the head and shit. So, ma'am, understand that to pay for it all, niggas expect you to suck dick promptly. Niggas expect you, bitch, what you mean you depressed? Depress this gooch, like right up under here, like my leg up. You know what I'm saying? My legs behind, like niggas got their hands behind the back of their knees. Like, yeah, what the fuck you mean, sad? So that y'all relationships are not built on anything. I think that if you both are contributing your part, now we have to really get to the shit that people are scared of, like. Money's not an issue. We have everything handled. Now we have to fuck with each other for who you are. Oh, goddamn. Now, like, I have to see if you're like a fucking decent human being, if you have actual, like, values and weirdo shit. And I don't know, man.
And you got so much time to do that, but the importance of that is often overlooked. But what if you do have that? What if you have a decent understanding of that individual, or at least you think you have a decent understanding of that individual, and your conversations and your relationship have been solution oriented? And I bring that up because of the Miguel situation. We've been together for 17 years. We did the solution-based thing by getting married 3 years ago, and that now we're getting divorced after 3 years of marriage, but we've been together for 17.
Isn't that crazy?
Been peaceful all this time. We've been peaceful for 14 years, no problems. We get married, and then 3 is. We did the solution thing. The solution was to get married, right?
See, I'm being mad presumptuous on that, but I feel like. What was that? What was that old Patrice bar? Motherfuckers become, I don't know, fall in love and forget to be likable or whatever. Like people seem to, and I don't know their situation at all. So this is just complete fantasy. Right. But you do 17 years with your friend, but like everybody in this room is friends. Everybody has friends, people who are whatever, people that you don't put. There's a weird thing we put expectations on our partners that they don't necessarily have, or you shouldn't put those on them. Like you don't expect your best friend. You love your friend. You would lay your life on the line for some of your best friends, but you don't put the expectations on them of be the person that facilitates A, B, and C for me because you're my partner now. Motherfuckers, I think sometimes put this shit of, oh, we're married now, so now I get to act like this. You're supposed to do this. And it was like, what the fuck, bro? Like we've been doing this for X amount of years perfectly fine. So that in my mind, I'm feeling like, okay, you've been lying or you just switched up because of a title. Like, really, my favorite line is is the fucking marriage should be icing on the cake. This is, I will die one day and I might die before you and we have kids. So here's access to my shit and make it easy, wife. But this doesn't make our relationship. 17 years, boom, because I'm like, nigga, 17 years, I fuck with this nigga, dog. Like, you see me like, shit on the floor when I was drunk. And you helped me mop it up. Like, you made fun of me the whole time. You didn't get like icky nigga. Like you was like, it's a whole different bag. So something about becoming married.
It's random that you mentioned that because I think that like that was their first date. If I read that correctly, like their first date was like she got really drunk and threw up. So
that was you started it off from the most embarrassing thing that could probably happen. and you made it through all of that. But this, whatever's happened in the last 3 years, which we got to factor in,
Yeah.
you've been married for 3, which means you got married right before COVID. So you spent the last roughly 2 years of your marriage
In each other's
having
face.
to be in each other's face more times than not. And now it's like,
That's a good point when you fucking with a nigga who's like a star, and I don't know what she does, but I'm assuming she does something as well. Like our our interactions are like, oh, I fucking love you because I'm finna be on tour for the next 8 months.
right.
I fucking love you, and then I'm finna be gone for them. Now it's like, damn, nigga, you still here? I didn't even know you fucking snored like that. Shit, get the fuck out of my house.
Something had to irritate him. Going to the chat real quick. Reese said, hey, love everyone here. Start a clubhouse, y'all.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Who?
Fuck.
That right.
Yeah, you said it like you knew who it was. You tell me.
I can't read that.
Oh,
far.
you can't read that far. I got on sunglasses and I can see that. And it's dark as shit in here. Go ahead.
Is it an A? If it's Ray, hey girl. If it's Reed, hey girl.
What if it's like Reese like a dude? Or
What's
Ray
up,
like
nigga?
a dude? What's cracking, cuz?
What's up, nigga? It's Mo.
That's me, nigga. But yeah, it's a lot of different factors that can go into the situation. But just the aspect of changing that dynamic of your relationship, going from being whatever for 14 years and deciding to add in that marriage component in whatever capacity you decide to add it in, that change, what did it cost you? It cost you your relationship. Is that always
That's
worth it?
sad. That's really sad.
If something has worked for 14 years, do you change it? Is it necessary to change it? I can't say yes or no in every situation because some circumstances are a little bit different. But in this situation, the cost of change is everything. It maxed you out. You bankrupt now. There's no more dividends. There's no more in the bank. There's no nothing. Everything is gone. Now we got to start from scratch with something completely new. Why would you do that? What would be the reason for paying that amount for change? Like for you, Moni, if you were in that situation, what would be the motivation to change something that's been working?
I'm stumped.
I need half, nigga.
Because everything that I would say, I feel like it would be a fair rebuttal for it.
How
Like,
so?
Meaning, like, why wouldn't I want to get married? Like, why wouldn't I want to say that I'm your wife? Like, we made this promise before God. You know?
But say for 14 years, technically,
Mm-hmm.
we've been together for 14 years. I'm sure they've lived together for a good portion of that. Even if it's
Right.
half, that's 7. Technically, in the eyes of the government, we don't have to get married. We are married.
Right.
So why do we have to announce it? And why do you have to say, like, I'm not his? No, you've been with me for 14 years. I'm not going anywhere, clearly.
Mhm.
The thing that you would request is the thing that got you the loss. Perhaps. We're speculating because we don't know all the details. But why? You already they know. The whole world knows that you are the one.
I don't have logical reason behind that. And to be honest with you, there's no logical reason behind it. I can't think, but I feel like I'm not going out. If I'm gonna be with somebody for that long, I'm not going out without that title.
Why does the title
commitment.
change anything that's being done in a relationship?
It doesn't, but it's just needed.
So your ego is like, I need this title
Not
to
even
feel.
just ego, but also the whole ceremony and the beauty of all of that, of getting married in front of God and your family and your friends.
That's ego.
And being in a bomb ass dress.
That's ego.
And having that moment of this point, this is the day.
That's ego.
Is it?
It is. If I've been with you for 14 years without the marriage, for Miguel, he's been famous for roughly 10 of that.
Okay.
You've worn all kinds of expensive dresses that I've bought for you. People all across the world have seen you with me in them. We've gone to multiple types of Sarah. You've been with me on the red carpet for different types of events. Everything that you're requesting, we've done. It's just the only difference is it has been focused specifically towards you. As far as the wedding ceremony is focused towards the wife more times than not the actual marriage, not the union of the two people. It's to validate this woman is getting the dress, the ceremony, the attention, the pictures. Everything is geared towards what she would prefer to make her feel special.
That's fair to say.
The only thing that you're not getting is that specific direct attention towards you. Everything else you've gotten for 14 years.
And also, and this is probably ego too, but it feels like the ultimate proof that they're down for you.
See, that's the part. Oh my bad.
Go ahead, by
Yeah.
all means, because I was going.
That's the part that bothers me. I'm not even really critical of wanting the party because shit, I like celebrating. I want to celebrate my love. I want my mama and daddy there to fucking chill. I want everybody, like my people get jumping. Like I want niggas to get drunk. I want it to be a fucking embarrassing fucking slew of nonsense.
Shot slide, all of those things.
Shit, fuck a chapter. It's gonna, but yeah, I'm with that. But see, the thing that bothers me is that I don't want somebody to. I feel like that's disrespectful to. Like, part of me feels that last statement would feel disrespectful and hurtful to me. Be like, nigga, like when somebody like says, and I'm not saying you don't need to like establish boundaries or titles in a relationship, whatever. But that to me kind of coincides with the whole like, I don't know, you might not give a fuck about me. Motherfucker, I've been unconscious in this bitch for 3 days. You could have killed me, motherfucker. So I understand that, like, you might want the title or have the conversation, great. But don't set that conversation up as something that belittles all this other shit over here. Motherfucker, right. You got 14, 17 years down. Now, do you deserve to have a celebration of our love? Fuck yeah. You deserve that shit probably 6, 7 years ago. But this is not the thing that if this is what proves I was down for you, then fuck you. Now we got a problem. You should have kept that piece to yourself.
That could be the catalyst for the breakup in the first place.
Go to me, right?
You have demonstrated that you have not trusted me this entire time.
But how would a man feel, honestly, if he was the one asking for marriage and she was saying, why we got to change it? He's not going to have that thought of like, well, damn, we've been down for this long.
It's going to be a case-by-case situation. I can't speak for all men, but for the 2 men that are in this conversation, I'm willing to put my money in the hat of saying, bitch, we've been married the entire time. Like, you've been with me for 14 years. I don't need you to say you're married to me. You've been in my house for 10 years. We have been together. We do everything together. The entire world knows we're together. Do I need a ceremony? No, nigga, this my wife. Everybody knows this my woman.
But if you're withholding it, and I guess it would depend on if one person in the couple is opposed or not. But if this is something that you're withholding, it's not fair. I don't like it. You know what I mean?
Go ahead, DJ.
I could rock with the withholding part for if there's a valid reason, I guess. I could rock with the withholding. I also stand firm on like if you're using this as a thing that completely confirms the relationship. But also, I think about 14 or however many years in the scheme of me, especially in the scheme of me being a Miguel. One, I ain't worn a condom in fucking 14 years. I'm here. 2, if I'm a Miguel, to me do things that I'm not even Miguel. Fuck me as a millionaire nigga with somebody 17 years. I've done things over the course of when I got money that you have 7 businesses that are yours that I don't touch. I don't get a piece of them. I set them up for you. You have this. You have things that if I blew up tomorrow in a massive car, you'd be like, nothing changed except, I'm dead. Like, I'm not opposed to the marriage thing, but I know that there should be other standards for, and that's what I would look at as a man. If I'm fucking Beyonce, if I'm fucking Beyonce, if I'm fucking Rihanna, I could beat up ASAP. If I'm fucking Rihanna, if I'm fucking Rihanna, right? If she's like, well, Fenty's popping. I noticed that you're you're in the podcast game. You're pretty funny. Let's build you a production company and blah, 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 blah. If she never marries me, I'm immediately having conversations like, this motherfucker's done a lot of cool shit for me. And I don't have any real, if I'm eliminating the fact that I trust her to not be fucking on tour and shit, we just exist. I'm gonna probably have more conversation with myself about why you want to what is your desire to get married? Because this motherfucker has, now I'm not saying don't, whatever. I'll probably be like, hey, you want to get married? Like, I would just push, like, you want to get married? Like, we've been here. Like, it ain't, like, if you don't, like, I get it. But it ain't like, I have my shit. Like, I just want to be a husband because I like saying it. That's I would drop it like that. I feel like somebody would get, I feel like mad women, like, if you're in maybe not mad, if you're in a Miguel woman situation, I feel like the marriage goes, it's 15 years, bro. I want to be your wife. And I really just want to have the title of wife. You can keep all the other shit. A nigga will be like, where you want to go? We can today. there's no reason for me not to really at that point.
Something would tell me that in all that time they've been referring to each other as husband and wife anyway. So you technically have acquired the title. You haven't government paperwork wise, you don't have that title. But I feel like they refer to, oh yeah, that's my wife, that's my lady, that's my. I don't think that they had the, oh yeah, that's the girl I'm talking to of 14 years. I don't think that was the case.
No, not at all.
So
I wouldn't think so either. I was gonna say I feel like I've seen an interview with Miguel where they were asking him like, "Damn, it's been a long time while you're not married," and then he was saying like, he was talking about like, "Oh, we're working towards that. We're not ready,"
Mhm.
and she knows that I have a wild heart,
Right.
kind of alluding to like, I'm out here fucking. So
She's
maybe marriage marked a certain point for them of like, okay, this is when we're gonna be very serious. Like we already know we love each other.
but that would also bring up another issue of change in the fact that if I've been with this person for 14 years, I know how they are. And to a degree, I'm okay with some of it. I really just want the title to validate or solidify my position, but I'm not really asking you to change your behaviors specifically.
Mhm.
I'm okay with that. Why do we have to have a societal acceptance of our relationship? Why couldn't we have a poly relationship if that's the case? Like, I know he likes to do his thing. I'm really not tripping about it, but we're going to do this monogamous based situation to prove that I am the one, even though I'm comfortable with him having an open situation.
Yeah.
That's contradictory. Now, again, I don't know if that's their actual dynamic, but why do you have to change to conform to something that's not matching what you are?
So is that situation that they poly and they fuck together, or she just let him get some side?
I have no idea.
Because if I'm in a scenario where let's run this shit to the ground. If it's poly and we fucking and it's like, it's me and her, and I used to talk to him, well, bitch, come fuck us. Then that's different. If it's her going, she know I got a wild heart. If she know I go out here and get you some side, but I love her, I feel like in that situation, I might still be like, all right, that depends on if she becomes some weird vindictive. But if you're cool with a nigga getting a little side, and as long as it doesn't come home, I'm in the streets, and and when I'm in the streets, it's like, what are we ain't shit. I have a wife at home, nigga. Like, she know I'm out here. What the fuck is you? Like, I wouldn't even have a problem with that person being my wife then, because I don't have to hide my fucking. Like, there is no, I have to dance around my wife. My wife know what I do on tour. You're a tour woman, so I don't fucking murder people. Like,
right. And in the industry, I feel like most wives, and I think they've had interviews with some wives of dudes in the industry. They know, like, when he on tour, I know what that nigga be doing. I know he be doing some shit that, in the eyes of most, y'all like he shouldn't be getting no head. But he been gone for 4 months and he ain't seen me not once. I expect him to want some top. I know what he likes, and he gonna need a little something. But we both have this agreement that once you touch down, all that, I better not see not a nab bit of text message or nothing. Like, you stay where you are. You understand your position. I understand that I'm the queen over here. You for tonight, because he's there and he had an itch that needs scratching. You scratch that bitch and then you take your ass to the crib. But you don't ever cross the boundary of knowing that I'm in this spot.
So it's like that girl that people got so mad at. And I was actually thinking, like, I wouldn't want it for myself, but I was thinking that she was being realistic. If you talk about famous niggas or niggas with money, she was saying, oh, I tell my man to cheat respectfully. Like, I'm not giving him permission to go out and cheat, but I'm like, cheat respectfully, keep that over there. Hear about it. Exactly what you just described. And I'm like, that sounds like it's the reasonable trade-off that these women are dealing with when you are with a very, very nationally sought after man.
Not even that, just say somebody that has a high sex drive and they may be more sexual than you are, and they have a lifestyle that causes them to be away from you from certain periods of time, and you know that that's going to be a struggle for them.
But what
high sex drive?
I don't know. That's
high sex drive is cool. I think niggas have great, I'm not gonna chase no pussy muscles. Niggas just might have terrible, I'm not gonna catch no pussy muscles. And then work those muscles.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, man, it was 400 pussies that was thrown at me today. I caught one. Fuck.
That would be
this nigga. I can't lie for shit. Like, look, man, like, it was 495 bitches. I counted because I've been on the road for 6 months. This thing harder than fucking advanced physics. I'm sorry. I threw her out though. I was very terrible. They kissed her in the mouth. That's where I think I would be like a bad celebrity. I'm not finna fuck no regular bitch like I fuck my wife. Like I like her. Like we be doing terrible shit.
Oh yeah, you getting B minus. I got a reputation to keep, so I can't be terrible. But you're not.
Like you might like if you like on the road. That's what be losing celebrities because you see these women, they be like, "Yo, I love him," but it's like he was kissing her in the mouth. He took her on a trip to fucking Greece, and then he bought the bitch a whole wardrobe. It's like, nigga, what? Like, damn, like you don't do that. She gets dick, and
yeah,
that's
the boundary.
You know, like
you treat her better than your wife, then of course, yeah, I can understand your wife is upset because you giving her. I can understand if you're like, this is a fringe benefit because you're doing this. I show appreciation by you keeping things under wraps, so I got you this outfit.
I think that's the most realistic setup for women in those situations.
And I mean, it depends, but that kind of goes back to the clubhouse situation as far as having effective communication that's solution oriented and functional, as opposed to just screaming out bullshit at each other. So like, even as you were explaining why you would need it, that immediately made me think about that Spider-Man clip. I know TJ knows what clip I'm talking about when it comes to Spider-Man, but basically it's like Spider-Man is on the roof with Mary Jane and lets her know like he wants to marry her. And she immediately jumps off the cliff, off the edge of this building and free falls. And Peter jumps after her, swings and catches her like, what are you doing? She's like, I just wanted to know that you'll always be there for me. Bitch, I've known you since high school. I saved this entire city on a regular basis. The Fantastic Four and the Avengers hit me up to save the world. And you think after all these years, you've been by my side, I'm not going to be here for you. And you think jumping off a building so Spider-Man can save you in 2 seconds is like, that's going to prove all the shit that we done been through. I done been with you and loved you when you was dating other niggas. You was dating my homeboy. I'm still here talking to you after that. Like,
you don't understand how much I hate the scene. Because all the things you said, perfectly true. Ma'am, I've saved you personally, motherfucker, 572 times this year alone. Like, right. And I just told you I was Spider-Man on a roof. Like, we could get blown up right the fuck now. Bitch, I'd have let her hit the floor. She'd at least broke a leg fucking with me. That's crazy.
Just being out, but that's what that made me think of. Like, you're willing to do something that makes absolutely no sense to have something be proven to you that I've proved 1,000 times over. That shows your disrespect of me and my investment. That would make me not want to be here anymore. Oh. So what is the cost of this change that you want? Is the change that you're looking for, is that an actual price that's necessary to pay, or are you trying to overpay to validate yourself and how much you have?
I can use the deep terms.
Assumption. I feel like all this is an assumption that a marriage would make it go bad. Maybe it'll make it better.
It might. It doesn't. Every situation is different. Who knows? But just like the main concept of, like I said, the change. Is this change that we are working towards necessary? Is it going to benefit us, or is it going to be a hindrance?
I don't think the assumption is that marriage would make it go bad. I think, at least for me, because I've talked about this. Me and Deacon talked about this shit for years, low key. It's, for me, the assumption that you don't really love me. Or you don't love me the same. Like, I've done like the Spider-Man shit. I've done all these things. And now I only love you when you jump off a building. Like, I only love you in your box. You have completely disregarded everything else. It's like, well, no, I don't want to marry you now. Because, like, you're telling me that the shit that I've done, I gave you what I had when I didn't have it. I figured out how to have it and gave it to you. You didn't even know I didn't have it because that's not your fucking job. I just want you to be good. But that is because we not married yet. You're a weird nigga. Like, I'm like, well, now I'm rethinking all this shit.
I don't know.
I'm not against the marriage thing. I just know how niggas could think how that could be a thought. Because it's like, well, damn, ain't nobody saying we not married. Maybe I just, I know you want to fucking, you say, and this is a whole nother, I know you say, I just want a, $10,000 ceremony. You don't. You want the fucking $80,000 shit. You want that. And like, stupid me, I want to get that to you because you don't want the 10.
Not even that, but you don't even really want it. You think that you're supposed to have it. You're ignoring everything that you do have because you're trying to follow somebody else's interpretation of what happiness is or what achieving the goal is. Society has told you you are not a woman that's worth anything in a relationship until you get a symbol, ring, and a ceremony, which is not true. You're ignoring, going back to McGill, you're ignoring 14 years of investment for one day of validation, an expensive one that you have to pay to get in return, because we got to pay for this wedding.
Right.
This ain't old school status where your daddy gonna pay for the shit. If I've been with you for 14 years, I think I'm gonna be like, well, you've been paying for all this time, nigga, what you need me for? So that means we're paying money that we could invest in something
You know
else.
what? Do niggas know that?
Validation day.
Wait a minute. Wait, we have to promote that more because the woman's father's supposed to pay. We don't promote that enough.
I like a traditional.
Okay, no, niggas, all my niggas get married because her daddy got to foot the bill. Fuck that. Yep. You don't
Just
know.
in case anybody was wondering, just to let you know, that's the tradition. Your father is supposed to pay for this ceremony, ma'am.
Go get big
Go
get somebody.
Tradition. Look what your daddy making for this year, because that nigga, I'm gonna send him the invoice. We gonna pick this shit out. You can pick whatever you want, baby. It's for you, and your daddy gonna pay for it, because that's how this shit's
supposed cool now, nigga. Marriage is fucking lit.
But that's the selective reasoning. We omit those kind of things because, like I said, it's not for our union. Mm-hmm. Before, the daddy would pay for it because that's the symbol of this contract being fulfilled. Mm-hmm. My family and your family, me and your son, have come to an agreement for a specific reason. So I'm paying for this to solidify this contractual agreement.
Wild.
It don't really have nothing to do with her. Now we've shifted in society to where the wedding is focused on her to validate her. Either way, it has nothing to do with symbolizing this actual union out of love. So you want us to pay $10,000 to $80,000 for this one day validation for your ego when I've paid 14 years worth of invoices to show you that I care. That means you don't value me. You value this thing more than you do me.
But on the flip side, you could say, you don't value me because you've given me all of this, and now you want to say stop. Now there's a boundary.
Should there not be boundaries? You've given me everything else but this. But now you should give me this.
Because what's stopping you from giving me that if you've given me this?
You've given me 9 out of 10 other things. You should just go ahead and give me that 10. That's still you looking for everything, but you're not paying. What did you give me?
I'm not. That's what. Like, I'm not opposed to working out the transaction, but the idea that you don't give me this trumps all of that, I think, is the issue. It's not even like don't want to get married, any of that. It's just like that. Like you don't like how you even phrased it is like, you want to just stop. What is stopping? I want to still very much so be with you. We on year 17, nigga. I want year 27. I want year 37.
Right.
And I'm not saying that I don't want this walk down the aisle. Me personally, this is just me. I get caught up in the idea that everything I've done is somehow built up to this point as if that is not, nigga, that's it. Because when this day is over, we're going to go do that more. So this is the thing that matters. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I like it. It's cool, right. But it does not have this is what makes it. No, nigga, what made it is when my fucking, when I was trying to do like this with my funds and you were just like, fuck it, nigga, we finna sit here and watch movies. And then we watched fucking Captain America and had a goddamn deep philosophical talk about, I don't know, political shit because of like that was like, oh shit, this is it. This is the motherfucker I want to be with for the rest of my life. Great. I'm with that. All this other shit is cool, but it ain't that.
You're valuing the 1 over the 9.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense.
Not over the 9. The 9 is still very much appreciated.
But it's not enough because this 1 is worth more than that. And if you gave me that in conjunction to the other 9, then you're not valuing the 9.
Y'all are making very fair arguments, but I think it's because maybe it's just too much ego. Maybe it's just too much society.
Beyonce made that song talking about Jay-Z. She's really talking about herself.
I respect that. I'm okay with that. Damn, it's about to end. Fuck. Yep. I want this. You gotta come back and bring some more because you said that, and that's dope. Is that it is the ego? Why don't we have more conversations about women's egos? Because my thing is this: I think I'm not saying men don't have egos, but I think a nigga been told since he was at least 10 that the male ego does A, B, and C. So since 10, I've at least had the thought to work on it. Women are finding out at 34 that I have an ego. Well, fuck, nigga. Like, we can't even get to the work. I've been working on mine some way or form, even acknowledging it since I was 10. You acknowledge that shit at 33. What the fuck I'm supposed to do now? Because you've been doing shit and been treating me and been adjusting in this relationship from pride and ego, thinking it was your God-given right, sis. You've been abusing me. Y'all are abusers. See, just fucking. That's the abuser call. I think all niggas should run for the hills. If she's sitting at the table, that's right. Get them extra wings. Period. Leave. Take out fucking, like, run for your life, my nigga.
She's an emotional terrorist. Run. With that being said, thank y'all for tuning in today to Just a Dope Ass Podcast. Hopefully, this is a
listening every night extra, you bastards.
Yeah, you guys can make sure you go listen to Moni and her perspectives with her partner. Let them know when.
Never Not Extra, Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. PST.
Right here on the Good News Radio app, if you're listening through the app, or on the Good News Radio channel on YouTube. And you'll be able to also watch them live on Never Not Extra's channel on YouTube as well. Make sure you guys tune in to us again this upcoming Saturday. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. Go enjoy yourself. Listen to this old school Outcast. We started off with a little Damani, Hennessy, and Crystals. We gonna end with this Speaker Box Love Below.
I've been listening to Dungeon Family for 2 weeks, and your fave can't out rap CeeLo on the fucking intro, and I'm not going back to fucking everybody, weird ass niggas. Like,
DJ is perturbed. He's been perturbed by y'all all day. What have y'all done to him? I'm gonna bottle all that up. Save it for Saturday. We gonna unleash some more on there. Right now, you gotta. He's saying to vibrate higher. You gotta let it go. Let it go for right now.
What is it? I was telling you to vibrate before. I'm out, yo. Like, I got it.
Ahead of their time.
No. To end on this note, if you go back and listen to some old school Parliament Funkadelic, they were saying the same things back in those songs back in the 70s.
I don't know who made mention. Not just part. We just did set we all just celebrated the 21st September. Have you looked at them niggas' album covers? They was on some shit. They knew the shit. They knew the stuff. They knew the Earth, Wind, and Fire. Avatar, nigga.
Avatar. Thank you to everybody that participated in chat. Ray, we love you. We appreciate the thought. Just a Dope Ass Convo should be our clubhouse name. Thank you for the participation.
Man, I guess I'll let y'all abuse me from time to time. I'm doing this shit every day though.
we'll see how that goes. We might hop on for a little bit on the same day as we record, but we shall see you guys back here on YouTube or the Good News Radio app live Saturday. Y'all enjoy. It's Libra season. Y'all can kiss between the cracks of my ass because we create balance, and this is what we provide to y'all. It's our season. Y'all can suck a gooch. Enjoy the rest of your week. Love you. Bye.
That was a wild outro.
That's right. Bye.
Suck a gooch. Oh shit.
Join the band, baby. Why?
You getting that gooch suck?
Of course. Didn't Trick Daddy told you that he was getting his
Trick Daddy wow.
And he deserves it. People need to leave him alone.
People deserve to get their gooch sucked.
That's a good point because Trick gave us a lot of stuff. Like Trick lit, and also Trick